Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss the dark history that has occurred in Indonesia. One history that is still being discussed and as a controversial history. The historical record of the bloody night in the crocodile pit is G30S PKI. We will explore this history. We present this video by doing in-depth internet research. The theoretical basis that we take in the collection of several historical records and theories from other sources, and we put it together in this video. This video will be hosted by Hogi Subariputra Mastriana, Iis, Salsa, Chelsea, and Alia.
Series of kidnappings and assassination of high-ranking officer and General Council on September 30 to October 1, 1965 were carried out to get rid of the army, which was an obstacle for the PKI to realize its goal of making communist ideology into a government system.
Pada tanggal 1
Morning of
Oktober
October 1,
1965,
1965, the Cakrabirawat troops ran to the house of General Dari Panjaitan on Jalan Hasanuddin, Kebayoran Baru, North Jakarta. When the Cakrabirawat troops managed to enter the house brutally, they shot in all directions. On the first floor of the house, Dari Panjaitan felt his family was threatened because of the commotion. General Dari Panjaitan intervened in full uniform and increasingly prayed that his family was safe.
Not long after, General Dari Panjaitan was brutally shot while still praying in the garage of his house. Finally, the levels General Dari Panjaitan was taken by the Cakrabirawat troops to the crocodile pit and put to the crocodile pit while the other general on the other hand. The daughter of the Dari Panjaitan at the time saw her father's body being dragged by the troops, screaming bravely, her father's blood and her face with hysterical screams. In the G30S operation, the kidnapping plan of the Cakrabirawat troops was also addressed to Major General Raden Suprapto. Major General Raden Suprapto, in the morning of October 1st, 1965, the Cakrabirawat troops ran the General Suprapto's house on Basti Street, No. 19, Menteng, Central Jakarta. The general's classical name is the President stripping the palace. When the Cakrabirawat troops succeeded in entering his house, they asked to see President Sukarno. Without suspicion, Suprapto returned to the room to change clothes, but the Cakrabirawat troops forcibly requested that the general not change clothes on the pretext of being in hurry. Finally, General Suprapto, who was still wearing the shirt, was taken by the Cakrabirawat troops to the crocodile pit until he was finished off and put into the crocodile pit well with the other general.
On Tuesday, September 30, 1965, the Republic of Indonesia in Jakarta was hit by a military movement within the army. Then on October 1 and 2, Skidman was handed over and taken by Cakrabirawat again to the Constabulary Mako and Camber, Central Jakarta for questioning. As time passed after the abduction and murder of the generals, President Sukarno had determined that the G30S operation was a club or counts against the KMU government. October 3, Malawi was asked again by Sukarno to oversee the scales for the generals. They constant escapes to the location told peace men with various efforts made by General Soeharto and his troops again surrounded and eradicated the Cakrabirawa troops invaded in G30S in with various witnesses and information available. Finally, on October 4, 1965, or 3 days after the tragic incident, the bodies of the G30S victims were found in Lubang Buaya, 11 of them levels after an autopsy. On October 5, 1965, the 7 bodies of the Army military were finally buried at the Kalibata Heroes Cemetery as Jakarta. The event of December 30, 1965 movement were finally awarded the title as Heroes of the Revolution.
Brigadier General D.I. Panjaitan. At 4 o'clock, the abductors arrived at the residence of D.I. Panjaitan's residence on Hasanuddin Road, Block M, New Kebayoran. The troops broke through and were blocked by 2 of his relatives, but they were killed. The general was threatened that if he did not come down, his family would die. The general came down in full uniform and was shot by the troops and taken to the crocodile pit. General Ahmadiyani. On October 1st, 1965, Lieutenant General Ahmadiyani was shot by Cakrabirawa troops at his residence in Menteng, Central Jakarta. Then Ahmadiyani's body was taken by truck to a plantation area in Halim, as Jakarta, and then put into the crocodile pit. Mayor General R. Suprapto. On October 1st, 1965, at 4 o'clock, the abductors arrived at Mayor General Suprapto's house. There was no bodyguard at his house. Suprapto came out wearing only a sarung because he had just had a tooth pulled. The abductors were immediately put into a Toyota truck. Mayor General M.T. Haryono. The troops led by Sarka Bungkus consisted of 1 Cakrabirawa platoon at 4:30 a.m. to kidnap Mayor General M.T. Haryono. Haryono numbered 18 people. The door was knocked. The General Haryono answered to meet at 8 o'clock in the office. The troops broke in and shot at the shadow, and it turned out to be General Haryono. The body was thrown into a truck and taken to the crocodile pit. Mayor General S. Parman. On October 1st, 1965, at 4 o'clock, there were about 20 soldiers ready to take as Parman. There was a commotion, and the general asked the troops. He changed his clothes and whispered to his wife to call General Ahmadiyani, but the troops found out and the general was taken and killed. Brigadier General Sutoyo Siswo Miharjo. The troops persuaded Brigadier General Sutoyo to open the door to his room and the pretense of delivering a letter from President Sukarno. Brigadier General Sutoyo was arrested in his room. His hands were tied, his eyes were blindfolded, and he was immediately taken into a truck to be taken to crocodile pit. Letu Payor I Tandean.
Tendean was killed because he claimed to be General H.I. Nasution, and because of his confession, General H.I. Nasution managed to escape. Unfortunately, the general's youngest child became a victim, Ade Irma. The Pancasila Sakti Monument. The Pancasila Sakti Monument, or better known as the Crocodile Hall Museum, is one of the historical sites for the G30S event. At his location, there is also a well where the bodies of 7 Indonesian military officers were found. The well is 12 meters deep and 75 centimeters in diameter. Before his body was put in the well, officers were said to have been tortured and killed. In addition to the well, there is a monument that was built on the orders of the then Indonesian President Suharto by hooking up with Indonesian artist Edi Sunarso. In the moment, there are studies of the horrors of the revolution. There is also a museum which contains dioramas depicting the G30S event and various collections of officers.
The second, Sasmita Loka Museum. Located in Menteng Central, Jakarta, this museum was the residence of Lt. General Ahmad Yani and his family since 1958. This building later became a historical site after the G30S kidnapping and murder incident. Museum visitors can see Lt. General Ahmad Yani's relics ranging from uniform to badges. In the center of the museum there is plaque marking the place where Lt. General Ahmad Yani was shot, even the door of the house which was perforated by bullets. The third, Museum Jenderal A.H. Nasution. This museum is the residence of General Abdul Haris Nasution and his family, located at Jalan Teguh Umar number 40, Menteng Central, Jakarta. This location is a silent witness to the G30S incident which targeted A.H. Nasution. In this museum, there are also several statues that describe how the situation happened to the G30S, like the status of A.H. Nasution's wife, Johanna Sunarti, who was holding her child, Ade Irma, who was shot at the time. The General A.H. Nasution Museum also has a theater room which usually plays historical records of revolutionary hero officers dari.
Okay, this is the part of the last of our discuss. We have arrived at the end of this discussion. This discussion is a proof that the struggle of heroes does not end with the independence alone. There are still many challenges as a trace of our nation's progress. So the trace of our heroes' struggle must be remembered. Thank you to everyone who has watched. Please apologize if there are wrong words and errors in receiving information. That's all. Thank you.